Welcome back to Prime Morning. My name is Isiodua Akumia. I know that quite a number of you have been waiting for the Let's Talk Relationship segment. It is here. Our topic for discussion today is a very interesting one, and I know at the beginning of the show I mentioned that it is quite relatable. Rosen was laughing at me, but I know, you and I know, that it is quite relatable. But before we get started into that, a huge thank you to Nutri-Snacks Oat Digestive. And so, like I always say, you need to opt for Nutri-Snacks Oat Digestive because it is full of fiber, nutrients, vitamins, everything you need. Okay, it's not only for kids, it is perfect for you adults as well. And so, if you're going on a diet and you want to enjoy some great snacks, go for Nutri-Snacks Oat Digestive. And for those of you that would want to shop for anything in the markets from the comfort of your homes and offices, Makana Markets is here for you. All you have to do is to go on Google Play Store or the App Store and type Makana Markets, download the app, get it onto your phone, go on there and shop for anything at all that you would wish to buy from the market. Now you can get something to buy for as low as 1 Ghana cedi. They bring you farm gate prices, so you don't need to worry at all. You can follow them on all their socials. It is Makana Markets, or you can go onto their website. It is www.makanamarkets.com. www.makanamarkets.com. Now, like I said earlier, it is time for Let's Talk Relationship, okay? And I want you to get interactive with us. Very, 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 very crucial. I want you to share your stories, your experiences with us during this segment. Today's topic for discussion. So we have a gentleman here. You know that we started a series titled Secrets and Confessions in the month of September. So every single Thursday in September, we were bringing you stories that people were keeping, certain things that people had been through that they just couldn't, tell anybody, but was hurting them emotionally, physically, psychologically, and greatly needed help. We brought resource persons on here to give them the help that they needed. Now we are continuing. I know we are in the month of October, so you were expecting that maybe it would end. No, we love you so much. We want the stories to keep on coming. And so we are continuing in the month of October, and we have another story that we have picked, and that would be our topic for discussion today. Kote is our guest, and he has, this one is a very interesting one. He says that his wife has denied him oral sex, and so he is unhappy. He says his wife has denied him oral sex, and so he's unhappy. My gentlemen out there, I want you to really get interactive with me on this. Those of you that are married, those of you that want to do all sorts of things in the bedroom, this is for you. How are you able to communicate to your partner exactly what you want when it comes to these bedroom things? If your partner denies you or doesn't agree to what you're expecting, how do you go about it? Well, Kote says that he wants to enjoy giving his wife oral sex, but his wife is denying him that, and so he's not happy. Now, this is what it reads. Let me read this brief to you. Kote says, we've been together for 37 years. 37 years with 4 grown-up kids, married by ordinance, and living in our own house. Though uncompleted, by her attitude, I haven't enjoyed my sexual life to the fullest maximum, and she is now menopaused. So the wife has reached her menopausal age. But for a very long time, Kote says he hasn't really enjoyed his sex life with his wife for a very long time. He says no licking, which is my favorite. No romance. No life in the house. Always missionary style. And she's now old. So I missed a romantic, youthful period. What do I do now? I feel like I have missed something anytime I see younger single ladies. So now Kote has found himself in a situation where it looks like he's being attracted towards the younger ladies because he feels like he would get whatever he missed out in his youthful days when he was, being married, he would possibly get it in these younger ladies. So that is Kote's story. Like I said, I know that this would be quite relatable for a whole lot of you out there. So please share your experiences with us. Our WhatsApp line is 055-157-5757. So please make sure that you get interactive with us. Now, we have our resource person in the person of Reverend Alan Okoming Mensah, family life coach and consultant. Good morning.
Good morning, madam.
How are you?
On top and still rising.
Okay, right. So you heard the narration I gave in relation to Kote's story.
Yes.
Right. So in the first place, one thing that I want to know is that, is it wrong to want to explore? As a married person, is it wrong to want to explore when it comes to sexual activities?
It is not wrong, but the exploration starts from day one. It doesn't start 37 years after.
It starts from day one.
Yes. You cannot reap what you have not sown.
So in this situation,
you could have started preparing her wife's mind from day one. Yeah. Not from 37 years after you sat in it. I mean, he's now, I don't know how to put it, but he's at the tail end of something you should have started earlier. Investing his life, his time, his emotions, his pride in his marriage. You see, women are, when it comes to sex, a man is easily aroused. We are aroused by body, B-O-D-Y. Yeah. For a woman, the mind. Okay. There is a software against hardware. And if the software has not been prepared, updated for all the 37 years, and you are looking to install new apps, it won't work. Yeah, if you are attempting to install new apps on a 37-year-old hardware, it is going to be a challenging thing. And the second thing is, a woman, sex is also about being desired. What has the man done to his wife? What has Kote done to his wife? You are the one who is supposed to make your wife attractive. Your wife does not become attractive on her own. Okay. Yeah. So he has missed work. So for a woman, sex is a mixed bag. Is the man attractive? When I say a man is attractive, it's not physical beauty. How have you been treating your wife? Right. What is with your wife? How do you talk to her? What do you do with her? We've been married for 40 years. Nice. Now we don't pay any school fees. Okay. So we try as much as possible to be together for any moment that we can have. Yes, we all have our work to do, but even doing work, we actually work from the same premises. We find time to sit together for 5-10 minutes. We travel together, whether it is funeral, whether it is work. We just go together. We are always together. So it is work he had not done for a long time that he wants to now reap profits from. And that is where the challenge is. Okay. And like he rightly said, when her hormones have changed, even in menopausal age, if you, the man, have been attractive to your woman, actually being his husband, and you've not made him a sex object, after 37 years, what is it? You're still I mean, he's still your wife, your former girlfriend, your friend, your best friend,
yes.
your daughter,
yes.
your mother, everything. So the challenge, I believe strongly, is not with the man or the woman. They have not invested in the relationship. They have lived together, but they have not been married.
So they've just been cohabiting.
Yeah. Under a certificate of ordinance.
Right. So, Reverend Mensah, in a situation where a young couple have the opportunity to write or to prevent a situation like this, but you tell your partner this and this is what you want, but your partner is not in agreement with exactly what you're saying when it comes to sexual activities, what do you do?
So it is not this and this is what I want. You are not in the relationship to impose yourself.
Okay.
You are in the relationship to share. That is why I'm saying that it is, you must invest. You don't walk into a relationship and say this and this and this is what I want. No, it doesn't work that way. You have to negotiate your way around what you want. And be sure that the other person is not feeling unwanted or is not feeling like she is being abused because of what you want.
Right.
You must get the person on the same page mentally, physically, psychologically. You don't want to get to a stage where you walk into the house, the first thing that hits your wife or your husband is fear. Because you are going to do something he or she
would not be comfortable with.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you talk about it the first day, and somebody says that what you constantly talk about, we call it affirmations. One day you have a breakthrough.
Okay.
But to wait for 37 solid years, and then now trying to implement something that you have desired all along. I'm hoping that he is not a pastor.
Okay.
Because if you see, if I am a pastor, but I remember the first day I got ordained. It was so exciting. We got to our gate. My wife looked at me, my face, and said, "Rev, when you cross this gate, you are my husband, not pastor."
Okay. Yeah.
Which is very true. You see, if you take all this pastoral baggage into your home, and the thing is, especially those of us who got ordained midway, your children have never known you as reverend.
Okay, so actually news reaching me is that he is a pastor.
Oh, wow, okay. No, you don't approach sex sanctimoniously pious.
Can you please elaborate on that?
You approach sex as a man, not as a pastor.
Okay.
Huh?
Okay.
You married as a man. You didn't marry as a pastor.
As a pastor.
Come home and act as a consultant. I come home and act as a husband and a father, and now a grandfather. And believe you me, when my wife calls me reverend, I know she is laughing in her spirit.
When she calls you reverend at home.
Yes, otherwise I am me.
Yeah.
When my children call me Reverend or Kumemens, I know they are laughing at the end of the line.
Right.
Otherwise, in front of you, you are dad or daddy or puppy or sometimes even old man kind of.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is the fact that marry as a man, practice as a pastor.
Okay.
You have to be the man. Otherwise, as a pastor, why will you show your nakedness to another woman? So break the jinx, break the ice around your title or your accolade or your ministry.
Okay.
And get home and be as a pastor.
And be a husband and not a pastor.
Yes. Yes, the young ones that are coming, the young ones that are coming, start from day one. Don't get into the middle of the road and begin to write theses about what you want and what you don't.
Yeah.
Negotiate from day one. And that is why all these honeymoon things is not time to read the Bible and pray.
Yeah.
It is time to explore, exploration.
Right.
It's time to explore. And it is time to explore bodies. It is not time to explore vegetation, bodies. The two of them.
Okay.
You must be there, break the jinx of being naked and ashamed and hiding your face when you're having sex and all that. And see eyeball to eyeball, walk naked in your hotel rooms, take showers together, sleep naked without necessarily having sex. You know, feel your bodies. Feel your bodies.
Yeah.
And that is the essence of it.
Okay.
Don't go and walk there with 90 and Kuazungu trousers and all those things. From your head to your
be attractive. Look attractive.
Yes. And when you come home, young ones, buy spaghetti strap tops for your wife, tubes for your wife. Jeans shorts, so that you see, men are attracted by what they see.
They see, yes.
And so, for the man, what you are going to see is what you have bargained for. And make sure you prepare that the object you are seeing, that is your wife, prepare her well. Or she jeans shorts and spaghetti and is working at home. You feel, you get me? You see, the image of each other must flood your hard disk. So that when you
Rev, so in a situation where you buy for your wife but she doesn't want to wear it, what do you do?
It's all negotiations. So you see, in the house, I'm not saying she should wear it and go out.
Yes, in the house.
The body is not for outsiders. In the house. And sometimes, I mean, for some of these people, what they have is, she even has a shirt, big shirt around. If visitors come, she just puts on the big shirt to cover what they are not supposed to.
Yes.
Yes. But when you are with your husband, make sure he's behaving like a standing fan, you know, turning his head left and right when you are passing.
Yes.
Otherwise, you know, this whole thing is going to be dropped 6 o'clock on Thursday under the cover of darkness. You have sex and your timetable and all that. No.
Right.
Explore. It will get to a stage where, you know, where we've gotten to, it is not frequency or anything. It's the fun of it. Because there's a non-scoring basis here. You are not making any children or doing anything. You're just enjoying yourself.
Right. Okay. Right. So if you are to meet Kote face to face.
Yeah, he never ever invested in the relationship and he has not negotiated.
He hasn't negotiated. Okay, so I wanted to read some parts of what he sent specifically. Yes. So he said that he says, married by ordinance and living in our own house, though uncompleted. By her attitude, I haven't enjoyed my sexual life to the fullest maximum, and she's now menopaused. So from this, it looks like he tried. You see, by her attitude, it's something you would have known during courtship. Unless the woman was transferred, his wife was transported to him, and they say, marry him, marry her. Yeah. Okay. And for young people, this is one thing. When you are seeing a complete red flag, you don't walk into it hoping that by the divine intervention, the person will change. God is not about changing people. God does not change his creation. If you go and read Romans 11:29, also the giftings and the calling of God are without repentance. Yes, they are what we call irrevocable is the other word.
So what we are taking is going to be irrevocable. You are going to work on the software, that software that you receive. And that is what most people must do. So if you marry, if I quickly could take you through the stages.
Yes, please.
If you marry, the first stage is shock. You know, before, after the flowery things and the wedding and everything. I'm sure your friends will come back and tell you, I'm shocked at my husband's behavior. It is not that the person has changed. It's just revelation. It's now being revealed as the true person. What you met during courtship was just a representative of your partner. When you marry, you meet the real person. So when you get shocked, don't stay shocked. Begin to work around the shock.
Right.
Yeah, right. Get to a stage of tolerance. Build, you see, if you don't build this relationship, my sister, you will reap what you are sowing.
Yeah, you need to put in the work.
Yes, and that is when people begin to talk about media crisis and all that. you need to work at it. Enjoy the relationship of the person first. And all the other things shall be added.
Okay.
Believe you me, if two people are well connected, physically, emotionally, spiritually, psychologically, what will hinder them having a good sex life?
That's true. Reverend, we'll definitely... Can you hold on for me? We'll come back to you to continue this conversation. And so viewers, if you just joined, this is Let's Talk Relationship on Prime Morning. And today's topic for discussion, we have Kote. Kote saying that his wife has denied him oral sex, which he is unhappy about. And like I said earlier, please make sure that you get interactive with us. And so we have Kote on the line. Hello. Good morning. Kote, can you hear me? Kote, if you are on, kindly let me hear your voice. Your viewers are waiting. Hello? Okay, Kote, we'll try and get connected to you properly because you are on, but we can't hear you. You are on, but we can't hear you. Hello? Kote?
Hello,
right, you're here. Can you hear me, please?
Yes, I can hear you.
Great. How are you doing?
I'm listening.
Yeah, I was asking how you're doing.
Okay, my main reason for putting this issue across was purposely to advise the youth, the upcoming youths. Because you know, most of the times when we marry in churches, it is of the expectation that things will go on normal as we see it, but normally it don't happen that way.
Okay.
Like the Bible says that marriages must be blessed before we attend to each other, like we see each other. Like the Bible said in Genesis chapter 1, verse 28, the Bible said, God bless them. God bless them to be fruitful and multiply. So it is after they were blessed that Adam had a chance to sleep with Eve, and they began to produce. So normally in biblical circles, both of you must be blessed solemnly before you start having sexual intercourse. I hope you understand what I'm saying.
Yes, I do.
So by that scenario, like in the world, people suggest that when you are buying something, you have to taste it. You see how efficacious is it before you pay. In the biblical circles, you can't taste the person before you marry. You have to marry before you taste each other. So normally, it is through courtship that if there's any minor or misdemeanor, you see it. But some of these things, you can't see it in courtship.
Yeah.
Because in courtship, both of you will not have sex. So you can't see any misdemeanor over there until you marry. And when you marry too, it is expected that both of you will teach yourself. You learn things from yourself. If, an example, one has been in the world before, and you see things to yourself, and the other had not, maybe either the guy or the lady. When you come together, you learn things. You explore and learn. And like the Bible said, Proverbs 5 verse 18, is it? let her fountain be enraptured. You be enraptured by her fountain. And Ecclesiastes 9 verse 9 going says, enjoy the woman you love in your youth. Enjoy your youth with the woman you love. So normally it is expected that while in your youth, as a Christian, when you marry, both of you, the spouse, the guy, the woman,
you need to enjoy yourselves.
You enjoy yourself to the fullest maximum. You see?
Okay.
To the fullest maximum. So whatever your husband needs, you the wife must provide.
Okay.
Whatever the wife needs, you the husband must provide.
Okay.
So whatever we do in the world, when we come to Christendom, we have to apply it to entertain ourselves.
Okay, Kote. So what's right now I want to know, so this little part of your sex life is out there, which you want to use to advise the youth. Now, what I want to know right now is, was there ever a point in your sexual life with your wife that there was excitement, maybe at the beginning? Was there anything like that?
In the beginning?
Yes.
Yes. It was so from the beginning. So I thought, how we go along the line, things might change. But it got worsened. It got worsened, and now it's worse. But there's nothing I can do. So I've used the occasion to advise the youth, upcoming youth. Anytime I get a platform, that's what I'm doing now.
Okay. So I want you to narrate to us or tell us exactly what your wife's problem was or is.
The problem. Yeah, what I saw from the beginning was that she just don't fancy sex that much.
Or she doesn't like it?
That's what I saw from the beginning.
Okay.
Like the way, an example, if a man and a woman, you had the time to do something and you entertain yourself to maybe foreplay and that kind of thing, she just don't like any of those things. So I thought maybe it is because she don't know. While we go on the line, she might get to know some of these things and change. But it became worse and worse and worse. And now she's off the line. So, I mean, things have just aggravated to the extent that there's nothing I can do. So I'm living my life.
So is there a possibility that your wife not liking it at some point, maybe it could be from you, that you were probably not doing certain things right to her, so she wasn't really liking it, she didn't want to get close?
You see, there was a time example, you are not the first radio station I've spoken to. I've spoken to Peace FM before. Okay. And they were trying to lay blame on me that it is me who is not applying the tricks very well. But listen, the kind of business my wife is doing, she's a trader.
Okay.
And when she leaves home, she comes late in the night.
What time does she leave home?
When she leaves home in the morning to her business. Okay. She comes home late in the night. Okay. So I personally took charge of the situation and said, okay, per your trading schedules and that kind of thing, in order not to stress you too much, let us attend to each other once a week on Sundays after church. Oh. After church on Sundays, after we've finished eating, we go indoors, then we do whatever we want to do. She agreed to it. But even that once a week was a problem. That once a week became a hell. Sometimes it would be as if I'm an intruder or a rapist or something like that. It became worse. So I said, what at all was the issue? So I thought maybe it might be because of foreplay. So I attempted.
Oh, okay. So you were thinking that maybe it was foreplay.
But none of these things worked. None worked. So as a Christian, I took to prayers. I prayed and prayed and prayed for long, but still no change. So I've stopped and take it as a cross.
Are you your wife's first?
Is that?
Are you your wife's first? Are you the first person to have had sexual relations with her?
No, I'm not the first. I'm the second.
You are the second.
I'm the second, but the first, he didn't survive as a married. He just conceived and gave birth. The guy didn't marry her.
Okay, so
I'm the first person to take her through marital
the right way. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. So was there ever a point where she had spoken about that sexual life to you?
No. There's never. Anytime you raise the issue about sexual thing between a husband and a wife, she's not enthused about it at all. Oh. She's not enthused about anything sex between man and woman. She's not into.
Okay,
when you raise such an issue, she will just decline. She will just go off.
Oh, okay. So, what were some of the things you were doing to push or to try?
I rather saw it as probably spiritual, so I took it prayers.
So you were only praying about it.
Prayed about it for long, no result. So I just stopped and stayed my somewhere.
Okay, so you were only praying about it, nothing like seeing a counselor or sex therapist, none of that?
So like I was saying, the main reason why I'm reading it up, I'm using it as an opportunity to advise the youth to be extra careful when they are entering marriage.
Okay.
Pray over the person you've seen.
Okay.
Pray over the person and get a green light from God before you make the first attempt to marry the person. It is either way, both men and women, ladies and guys. You have to be careful and pray. But they are.
How can you be careful? How can they do that?
They shouldn't just be enthused about the appearance of the person, the figure, the badge, the beauty, the smiles. No. Go behind the scene and see the spirituality of the person and the training, the background, everything. Because you marry and the way you are, what you expected, you can't get it that way. Because, for example, when you go to the world, in the worldly life, girls are exposing themselves to guys just to entice them. But when you come to Christianity, it's not that way. So when we marry, whatever must be done to glue ourselves together, it must be done. But it rather goes wayward. And you see that when it happens that way, married men will be going out to cheat. But we, men of God, as Christians, we can't go out to go and cheat. So when it happens like that, you'll be in your in-laws, so we'll be
Okay, so yes, I do 100. So with what you've been through and with what you're trying to tell the youth today, what would you say about sex before marriage?
So what will I say about
sex before marriage?
No, we can't say because of some of these things we will encourage sex before marriage, because sex before marriage, if for example Kweku comes, he tastes you, and he found out that you are not the kind of person he's looking for. He leaves you. Menta comes, also tastes you and goes away.
Yes.
Kojo comes, also tastes you and goes away. It won't be, because when you look at, for example, copulation, sexual intercourse, we exchange fluid and blood. And by biblical standard, when you have sexual intercourse and you exchange fluid, he goes away, another man comes, you exchange fluid, you end up piling up spray, all kinds of spiritual nuances in your life. So it is not encouraged. It's not encouraged that we have sex before marriage. So normally, what is it? You see, we as of today, we are not open to ourselves. We are not sincere to ourselves. That's why. Because if, for example, you the guy, you've gone through several sexual escapades in life before you got married.
Okay, Kose, I want you to hold on for some minutes for me. We'll come back to you so we continue this, all right? Kindly hold on for me. Reverend Okoming Mensah, please, are you there? Okay, so viewers, some of you have sent in your comments, so let's go and read some comments. Kodak Taylor says, good morning, dear host. I'm watching you live from Western North. You guys are doing a great job. Thank you very much. Ibrahim says, it's not easy. Ibrahim, what is not easy? I wish you would, go further in that. And this one says, romance is good, but licking is bad from my perspective, because one can get an infection. Next one, good morning, Prime Morning. I'm Abana from Kanishi. I really miss you, Esiedua. Oh, I didn't see you the whole of last week. I think Mr. Kote should find himself another wife. Ooh. Okay, Abna, shout out to you. Hi, Abna. All right, so let's read the next one. Mass or Justice? That's KMJ. Butterfly chick. Where's Rosalind La? Did she also come with an elephant? KMJ, you are warned. You better come back because you're waiting for you right here. We miss you. Next one, Solomon Nyako says, the host is wearing the new butterfly movement uniform. See, you people should leave me alone. That is not what we are talking about today. We are having Let's Talk relationship. Please leave me and my butterfly alone. I have nothing to do with any political party. Frank Nyabo Zoya says, good morning. Good morning to you as well. Okay. You viewers will not kill me. Anyway, so our topic for discussion today, we are talking about Kote saying that his wife has denied him oral sex and so he's unhappy. We've listened to the side of Kote, and at the end of the day, he says that he wants to use that to advise the youth or people that are yet to get married. And I have with me Reverend Alan Okoming Mensah, who has joined us via Zoom. He also did say quite a lot at the beginning, and so we need to continue with him as well. Reverend Okoming Mensah, please, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes. Please, I know you were listening to Kote.
Yeah.
Right. And yes, one thing that he kept on mentioning was the fact that he brought this up to advise the youth. Can you hear me, please?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes. One thing he brought up is that he said that he's doing this because he wants to advise the youth. But from my perspective also, I feel that what exactly would you say, or what advice exactly would you give to the youth as to getting to know your partner properly before you enter marriage? What proper explanation could you give to that? Because it looks like he wished that he had known certain things about the wife before he got married to her. But he couldn't know that, and then he ended up marrying her, and then now this is what he's experiencing. So if you say really getting to know your partner before you get married, what exactly do you mean? So what would you say in relation to that?
So that is why the old men have this adage that Okwawarie Bisa.
Okwawarie Bisa, right.
So you don't, if you marry in haste, you will regret in leisure.
Oh, okay.
The fact is, getting to know the person has nothing to do with sleeping with the person. Like he himself said, what is your criteria for a woman who will be good in bed? What is your criteria? At the end of the day, you are just going to mess yourself up psychologically, even if you get to a relationship, sleeping with your wife whilst you are thinking of other women and all manner of things.
Okay.
I think that initially he should have actually sought, like you rightly says, he should have actually sought help.
Right.
From a proper counseling, both sex, and there could be serious underlying psychological issues that the wife has.
Okay.
And I'm not saying that it happened, but what if in the first relationship she was raped and she got pregnant?
Right.
Straight away, it blocks her desire for sex, seeing it as something that is to be abhorred. So the mere fact that he said, if I heard right, she has had a child with another man before he got married to her, implies that once you see this, you should have worked on it. And I'm saying working on it, seeking help, letting her bring her story out, why she is where she is and why she does what she is doing when it comes to sex.
Okay.
If you have done that, if she has actually sat down to listen to her story, it's possible you may have known it and then work around it again, to build her confidence and let her know that not all sexual activities are a form of abuse. So that is the point number one. Point number two is for the young people, you see, marriage, sex is good in marriage. In fact, the Bible says that it should be in marriage. But you must marry somebody who will help you live a fruitful and a fulfilling life. That is most important. Yeah, the God said, I will make you a helpmate. It didn't say I'll give you a sexual partner. It's a helpmate, somebody who will make your life, make you achieve your desires in life, and whilst you are also helping her achieve her desires in life, or him achieving his desires in life. When two people who need each other come together, they will live a long and a fruitful life. You must need each other. That is most important. It is not about sex. Sex is a matter of course. Seek ye first the partner who will help you live a fruitful and a fulfilling life.
Okay.
And romance and all those other things will be added unto you. You know what the Bible says is, he who finds a wife, not finds a woman.
Yeah, finds a wife.
Who finds a lady, a wife. And the wife is properly defined in Proverbs chapter 31. And all the other qualities in 1 Peter 3 and Titus 2 and Ephesians 5. All the qualities are put there. So that is what you're looking for. You are not looking for a woman, you are looking for a wife.
Okay.
And that is the most important thing.
Okay.
And all the young guys out there, don't rush into marriage with the view that the person's body. You see, what is your name? Is it
Asiedua?
Asiedua.
Yeah.
Okay, my grandmother's name.
Oh, okay. Nice.
The truth is, when you get into marriage, as I said at the beginning, you must invest in the relationship. But when you are seeing flaws in a relationship at the beginning, the question you must ask yourself, one big question, can I live with these flaws for the rest of my life?
Right. Yeah.
If they don't change. But me one of best is something that I don't want to use the word on air. But it is an absurdity for you to think that the moment you get married, the person will change. It will change because you are going to see a better version of what you saw. So if the person shouts, you see a better version of shouting.
Yeah.
If the person is violent, you see a better version of it. Yeah. So the bottom line is, look out for that person in whose company you are at ease. That's the first thing. Who you know has the strength where you are weak.
Okay.
And is weak where you are strong. Then when the two of you come together, whilst he is clearing your rough edges, you are also clearing her rough edges or his rough edges.
Yeah.
And then you find that you have need for each other. So that when even one person travels for 3 days, he or she is missed. Are you getting me?
Yes, yes.
And that is what the young people should be looking at, not the flamboyant weddings. A wedding is an event. The engagement is an event. It expires in maximum 1 day. After that, you are going to live the rest of your life. So don't let your concentration be on the color of your wedding. We call it the zenith of relationship. But immediately after that, you will be shocked. After shock, get to tolerate the fact that you are going to live with this person for the rest of your life.
Okay, Reverend. Okay, Reverend, thank you very much. But then briefly, before you go, what would you say should be the way forward for Kote?
Oh, the way forward is it's still not too late to sit down and listen to her wife's story about sex.
Okay.
And then after that, if the two of them should seek counsel. Right. But he needs to listen to the story. I believe she has a story to tell.
So you should take his time and find out. Okay.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Reverend Alan Okomeng-Mensah, thank you so much for your contribution and your advice. So Reverend Alan Okomeng-Mensah is a family life coach and consultant. And yes, Kote was on the line as well to share his story. But we have some comments, so let's take some comments in relation to this. If you can project the comments that we have. And a huge thank you to every single person who brought in their comments in relation to this story. Our topic for discussion today has been the story of Kote and his sexual life. Okay, so we have some comments. Let me read it. This one says, this is serious. Next one, this man, he wants a woman who knows what's up, but doesn't want to taste before marriage. He's lying. Okay, so thank you so much for your messages. Like I was saying, today's topic for discussion was the sexual life or the sexual story of Kote, who says that his wife has denied him oral sex and so he's unhappy. Well, I hope that you've learned a lot in relation to this. This is where we end today's edition of My Morning. My name is Esiedua Akumia.